We're back with another haul video really quick. Not too many things, but I got a few things from Dollar Tree, a few things from Michael's, a couple things from Hobby Lobby, and I think one other store, but we'll get in, Five Below. So I'm actually in the process of redoing my garage in order to set up maybe a online store or something like that. So I did get a couple of things from Five Below to help with that, like organization and things like that. So let's get into the fun stuff. So from Michael's, these are the things that kind of sparked my interest. I'm trying to behave myself. So in lieu of the upcoming Halloween season, which is one of my favorite seasons, I picked up these picks to go with my Wicked for Good themed decor that's about to start manifesting here shortly. And these picks, they just have like the pumpkins and, you know, some glitter and all of these kind of things. I'm actually going to put these in the front yard. They're going to be standing up like this. My neighbors are currently waiting for me to start decorating, but I want to do it I like to do it completely in one weekend because, you know, they'll just stand outside as if it's a storefront opening. So I don't want to, you know, have the unnecessary traffic there for no reason. So probably just going to try to knock it out all in one weekend, but that is going to be the theme for this upcoming Halloween season. So I thought these were really cute. They were on, I think they had like 40 or 50% off, and these were $5.99. So I got them for maybe $2 each because I had a coupon, which we often have. I also picked up two of these, which I thought were stinking cute. These are like some ruffled ribbon. Just gonna take this top off right here. Look how pretty is that? And these were on sale as well. I was actually thinking about making some decorative items. I don't know if I want to do, you know, some bows, some cinches, use it for my wreath for Halloween this year. I don't know exactly what I was using it for, but I knew that it wasn't staying in the store. Hello. So I picked up two of these, and I'm actually doing a couple more journals this year. So this will be cute for, you know, when I do maybe shabby chic or something like that. This will be cute for that. I mean, ribbon, you know, you can always find nice ribbon at Michael's or Hobby Lobby and things like that. So no brainer there. But when I see something that really sparks my interest, plus it's pink, so there goes that. It should have just had my name on it and we could have called it a day. Oh, and I picked up these picks as well. And I like them because they actually blow in the wind. So when I was in the store picking them up, they were actually blowing because the air conditioning was so heavy. So it was blowing. I thought that would be really pretty for either the front lawn or the indoor patio space. Something where it's not going to lose its color because of the season. These were $5.99, but like I said, a lot of these items are either 40 or 50% off right now. So, and as you can see, it's not even September yet, and they have all of the Halloween stuff out, which is pretty. I also picked up these couple of items that I found in the clearance section. Yeah, so these items I found in clearance. So these are just, you know, like organizer, stackable organizers kind of deal, you know, nothing major to shout about, but I'm sure I have something that needs to be organized, like the glitter that I can't stop buying. So this is like the chunky glitter here, which does come in handy. I'm doing a Grinch themed shaker notebook combo, bookmark and notebook kind of combo. So I thought these would be really cute within that color scheme. These all of this, I'm actually using this as like a backdrop for like a sparkly curtain kind of deal. I don't know if I'm going to put it in the dining room or something like that, but this is the same kind of beads that I used when I made my faux chandelier in my closet. And this is a good 16 plus yards here of beads, and it was on clearance for $3. At any point in time, you could pay at least $15 for something like this. So I picked it up, not exactly knowing exactly what I would do with it, but more so on the strength of I can find something to do with it. So as crafters, you know, y'all get it. So let's talk. Let's go to the masses on this one, because we need to get serious about something. This number right here. Let's get serious about this. Let's just talk about the fact that basically this was not in the paper section, number one. Number two, there was only one of them and it was looking raggedy, like so. You see how it's coming out the seams on the sides? Now, I check the paper section anytime I go to Michael's, I always check the paper section. But I also check online. And I want to tell you, this was not online, and I want to know who's doing trickery, because they know that I like Alice in Wonderland, and why are they playing games? So if this is at your local store, send me one, because I'm gonna need 2 of these. But they only have one, and this was thrown ever so gently in a different area. So I'm glad I was walking around the store being nosy, because this is how I found it. Look at this, is so cute. I didn't even rip this side off, but let me see. Let me see if I have something close by to kind of rip this tape off, so we can kind of look through this really quick. I haven't even looked through it because I wanted to save it for the video, so I haven't actually looked at it. And for all you crafters out there that use paper pads, you know that they put these sticky circles on here so that we can't go through the paper pad in the store. We can't flip through it. You know us, we find a way. So it looks like somebody was potentially maybe flipping through it, and the pages got a little bit of a little messed up. That's fine with me. Okay, so I love this kind of Alice in Wonderland grayed out motif number. I'm even probably going to use the cover to do maybe some bookmarks or something like that. Don't waste this. If you get these kind of paper pads and things like that, and you see like a nice decorative cover, don't waste it. All of this is money. Money right here. Oh my God, look at that. How am I supposed to cut this up? I don't know. I don't know. If you guys know how I'm supposed to cut this up without feeling like, oh, never mind, there's 2 of them, so so it looks like there's 2 for each. Now this one has like an embossed velveteer kind of feeling to it, which is cool. So there's 2 of those, or you can kind of see the embossing on the back a little bit. So that's embossed. This one here has a metallic embossing kind of deal. That's really cute too. So I'm gonna have to think about my pen sets. And actually last year I did an Alice in Wonderland themed Easter egg hunt, so I do have a couple of items, charms, and a couple of different things that I can add to this Alice in Wonderland collection when I start working on it before Christmas. There's something about blue with red when it's placed correctly that I love. This light blue with the red, like Valentine's Day, I normally do like a blue and red kind of theme, but it has to be the right color blue, and this is the right color blue. I like that. That's pretty. So, you know, plenty to do here. You know, I don't want to use up all of the paper because I want to, you know how we do like those 1-page wonders. So I could potentially use maybe a 6x9 spread here, or rather 6x9 to do a front and a back of a book, and then potentially have a little bit of additional space to maybe I could use another one for, you know, maybe an interior folder or something like that. So something quirky. Look at that. Oh, Mr. Rabbit. Look at the rabbit. I love this black grayed out. It has like a little gold sprinkles, silver sprinkles. It adds like a vintage look. It's so pretty. That one's cool too. It's always tea time. Oh, okay now. Yes, it is always tea time. I'm with it. Okay. Now this one, so these are the kinds that are like super big and you can't really, if you cut it, you would have to strategically actually cut out this whole portion. Now this has like the velvet overlay as well, just like with the second pages that we were looking at with the black and white. This has the same kind of embossed velvet kind of deal. Not the cap, just the wording. I wouldn't even want to cut this. I would probably use this as some kind of postering of some sorts maybe. And this is just, you know, the Queen's Garden, her roses. I would probably even maybe do like a glittered overlay over this to make these sparkle a little bit more, or even like, you know, a nice little Mod Podge moment. This one here, Drink Me. I like the black and white. It's a lot you can do with this one here. And that's the garden, the Queen's Garden as well. And again, with the blue and the red mixed combo. I wish the flowers were glittered though. And this is more like in the area with the Cheshire Cat, things like that. The mushrooms and what have you. And this is more so Wonderland, the forest, more of the forest scenes of butterflies, mushrooms, rabbit running through the forest. Let's see what they got for the last 2 pages. So another more of a like a poster-esque kind of deal. So maybe if I did like an Alice in Wonderland themed calendar, something like this would be cool. So each page would kind of turn into that theme of Alice in Wonderland. You could do the big clock and, you know, a big teapot, different things like that. The Mad Hatter. So that's really cool. So that's that. And I bought something to match this to go along with this theme. Ta-da! Now, I prefer wired ribbon for certain projects. Not every single thing, but I thought this would be like so fitting to put along with this if I needed maybe like a front cover and I'm doing some kind of trimming or something like that for like for junk journaling, or even to make like a fabric bookmark, whatever comes in handy. I don't think I have anything with this kind of pattern so far. And I could be completely lying to you guys because I have a lot of everything. So if it's in my stash, this will be a secondary one. So we'll see. All right. So those were the things that I got from Michael's. Let's put that to the side. Now let's go over to Dollar Tree really quick with some things. Now, as we mentioned in my last video, this is a safe free zone. And I know that I asked you guys to potentially help me out with this, but you guys have not been around. Hence, that is the reason why I ended up in Dollar Tree again, mind you. I didn't go overboard this time with the supplies. However, for some strange reason, look what I found. Underneath the all the way at the bottom where nobody's supposed to be looking. So I don't know if these were marked for sale, but they was visible after I dug through some stuff. So I have a plan with these. I'm doing a full complete Dr. Seuss series, but I'm flipping it to a female Dr. Seuss. You'll see the video roll out for that more so towards Christmas time, but I'm using these as charms for bookmarks. So I'm not using them for anything other than, you know, I'm going to take they're actual sharpeners, but I'm removing the sharpener portion of it, and then I'm going to use it as a dangle. So the actual journals will have like a spin-off of Dr. Seuss, but the Taser version, of course. So we'll do the journaling and things like that in my way, and then the charms will be added. So I potentially have to have enough charms for the amount of journals. So I have been kind of going in to see if they have anything else. And I stumbled across these, which I didn't see the first time I did my haul. So I only was able to pick up this one, which I've seen for the past 2 years already. So these I found that were new. Last time I saw the Horton Hears a Who one. So let's go through these really quick. So this is the only thing that I got from Dollar Tree. So bear with me. This is like the erasers, and I explained last time that I'm not actually using them as erasers. I'm actually just going to potentially put a little loop through here because they're soft. They're heavy, they have weight to them, but they are soft. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little jump ring through here and just hang it as a dangle and put, you know, some beadery or something like that. That'll be really cute to go with my mini series. So I got a couple more of those because it's necessary. Hello. This one, so I'll just stack these. Don't judge me. Just if you know anything like how I know, you know. Okay, thanks. These ones I found, I've never seen these before. So these are green eggs and ham. Tell me that's not stupid. Look at the thing. And my kids, they're in middle school now, but every year when they have like the readathon and things like that in school, they always do a Dr. Seuss week. So I'm guessing that these things are still going to exist. And regardless, us old heads, we like nostalgia. So anything within this kind of color scheme, the patterns, the vintage thought behind Dr. Seuss and, you know, his books and how we grew up and how the kids are growing up now, we love it. So I got a couple of these with green eggs and ham. So I did start creating the images for the green eggs and ham books. So stay tuned for some drops soon. This one, this is Horton Hears a Who. Now I have already done a Dollar Tree haul when I bought all of the school supplies. The school supplies was a lot smaller than the haul stuff, but don't even worry about that. So I do have some images that I'm working on for this as well. So you'll see a lot of hot pinks and ice blues and things like that. So you'll see that coming up as well. So I wanted to get into some of these newer ones, the newer styles that I picked up. These were new as well. I didn't see these the last time I was in there, but these are stinking cute. So definitely gonna do something with those. And this is twin one and thing two. Now I normally say twin one and twin two because I have twins. Hello. But you know, that's kind of the thing one and thing two kind of theme for that. So I do have quite a few, which means that I got to get busy on journals and things like that. I would like to do at least 2 or 3 craft shows this year. And you know, with craft shows, it's different than potentially putting things on Etsy or any of these other platforms where, you know, Shopify's and things like that, because at the craft show, you want to have literally as many things as possible because you don't know who might want what. So you kind of stockpile. And the great thing about this is Dr. Seuss is not like a seasonal thing. So, and I don't make too many seasonal things where it's either Halloween related, Christmas related. I tend to not do that because I like to sell my stuff year round. And when you start sticking to certain holiday period where the imagery, or like if it's Christmas themed, Halloween themed, Easter themed, it can only sell within a certain period of time. So I prefer to do things that are non-holiday-esque kind of deal. Now I might do winter as a whole, or summer as a whole, but not specifically for the actual holiday itself. Now, Christmas and Halloween are my favorite holidays. So, but I rarely do anything Halloween related because I spend so much time decorating my house, and I'm thinking about maybe even doing like a little Halloween brunch. So stay tuned. So let's move over to the stuff that we got from Five Below. Now these I got specifically to go along with my garage makeover. Now these I thought were stinking cute. These are like floral. So I got two of these. These are floral baskets. And what I was actually going to do is put them on a roller like this so they can roll out. And I know that Amazon does sell the little roller tracks that you can add things on. And it's adhesive on the bottom because I've seen people use them for like under their cabinets and things like that. So I'm actually going to add like some rollers to the bottom of these and use them as like rolling shelves. Not sure about the bigger one. And this is just pink Lazy Susan. No, I didn't need a Lazy Susan, but here's the thing. It's pink, so, oh well. I wasn't staying in the store, I could tell you that. So I asked the lady at the register, I was like, miss, do I need this? She was like, well, I was like, yes, put it in the bag. Because I don't know if she was going to try to talk me out of it, but we wasn't, I just needed her to just be on my side for 5 seconds. That's all I needed from you, ma'am. And if you're watching this video, if you come across my page, I got this in light of you. So I told her I don't know what I was going to do with it just yet. I make a lot of candles and things like that. I haven't made as many since I got into more of my stationery. But I am doing some like journal and candle combos for the holiday season. I thought that would be really cute. So as you're, doing your doodling and your journaling and get your thoughts together, you can light the candle as well. So like a master set, so to speak. So that should be fun, but this will be good to kind of utilize this for storing my fragrances but I do have quite a few, so this would not be enough. But I only bought one because I'm behaving myself. Thank you. All right, so let's get into Hobby Lobby and their foolery. Now, I've been watching a couple of haul videos, and let's just talk about the fact that Hobby Lobby, I've been watching a lot of videos, and there's been all of these things about, everything's on sale. Get over to Hobby Lobby. You don't want to miss out. Let's get to the truth of things, because there was a lot of things that were on sale, and for whatever strange reason, it wasn't the stuff that was out that I was buying. So I don't know who's giving people the information that all of this stuff is on sale, because it's not. It's not. So since we being honest with each other right now, let's talk about this. So I potentially got these strawberry shortcake mini erasers in order to do some charms. Now I busted open, that's why I'm showing it from the back. So let me hold it in place. Here we go. So these mini erasers, right, is showing as $4.99 as the gift. There's no percentages off on this. This was like in the back to school section. Okay, well, we back to school already. So now you could drop the price and throw it in the corner so I could find it. But it wasn't on sale, but I wasn't leaving these behind. So same kind of deal with like the erasers, the Dr. Seuss erasers and stuff like that. I'm going to use these for the same kind of thing. Now, I've already created my strawberry. So I know that there's this strawberry milkshake paper that I was not privy to when it was out. So I never got it. But I made my own version of strawberry shortcake kind of blend in with the strawberry milkshake collection, paper collection. I can't remember offhand the name of the paper brand, but if I remember it, I'll link it in the description so you guys can take a look at that. But it's really pretty. But I created some images already to go into this kind of vibe, and these will be used as dangles and charms and stuff like that to go with it. I thought that was really cute. So I got those for $4.99. Then I got these numbers. Now, they had a lot of Christmas stuff on sale. And for whatever reason, these wasn't on sale. So because I was there at closing time, that's neither here nor there. So, you know, they start flickering off the lights and stuff around 7:45. All right, shoppers, it's time to bring your stuff up. Yeah, okay, sir. So I get up to the register. I bring all my doodads up there. I had been in this store, I want to say, for an hour and a half to look for deals. And they've got 40% off signs everywhere, 70% off signs everywhere. And for whatever reason, I don't know if the font was just too small and I couldn't see it and I wasn't paying attention, but all of the stuff that I picked up, nothing was on sale. So maybe I just like prettier things. I don't know what happened, but these things were $3.49. And I'm like, but I thought all of these doesn't matter. So the guy was like, do you want? Yes, I want them, sir. I will complain later. But these I thought were really cute. So I use these kind of things for packaging. So I do get a lot of repeat customers that request to have things gift wrapped. And I like to have, like, I'll do the actual tag and stick this on it so I don't, and then the back, on the flip side of it, it'll have like lines for you to write the person's name and stuff. But I like to make my own tags and things like that. When you're crafty, when you see actual tags hanging up, it's just not the same because you know that you can do something a lot better. And you already got 800 pieces of paper and paper pads and things like that in the house, so why not be a little more creative? But I do get a lot of repeat customers during the holidays, so I wanted to have something a little special for the tags, and I thought these were really cute. So I got 2 packs of these that I thought was on sale, but they weren't. I got this because it's pink, and why not? So this is just like some decorative ribbon, pink and ivory. Brand is Merchant 41, and it does have like candy canes and lollipops, donuts that I love. That's my favorite. So a couple of different things. So that'll be cute for like, you know, wrapping gifts and things like that. This is, we'll get into this shortly. This is just a really large paper pad. I'm not going to open this one because I'm going to do a separate video with all of these guys. I thought this was really pretty to do some, maybe like some book covers. I even thought about potentially using some of these for like the Kindle inserts. Like the paper is pretty thick. The paper is thick, so I thought these could potentially be used, like even if you do like a self-adhesive laminate to potentially, you know what, let me get some scissors or something. Let's cut this open because these are really pretty. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So this, hopefully I don't rip the paper doing this foolery here. Come on, stop the I don't know why you don't want to show the people the paper. Let them go to Hobby Lobby and spend the kind of money I was spending. Sure. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So, excuse me. Let's cut this side too. Okay, so look how cute this is. Let's move this for a second. So we do have like this kind of pink paradise, happy place. Everything is kind of collaged. That's the reason why I really liked it, because since I've been watching people make like the Kindle inserts, I thought it would be cute to have these kind of things in my store, in my stationery store, in order to kind of capitalize on that collage-esque kind of deal that's happening right now. So they do have 3 pages for each. And then we have some accompanying images as well, it looks like. Let me see how many pages come in here. 60 sheets. Now, this was marked $12.99, but they had paper pads that paper was 40% off. The guy didn't want to give me 40% off. I was like, sir, you charged me full price for the rest of the stuff. This needs to be half off. He was like, well, and he's looking through his fancy paperwork. He's looking through his notes, and, you know, in the drawer, they have like the sales sheet. He's like, okay, I'll give it. Don't think you're doing me no favor, sir, because I'm still going to spend extra money in here for no reason. And this is like the coquette kind of bow kind of deal. But listen to that paper. The paper is nice and thick. So you cut this out, put this on the, like put a little self-adhesive thing on here. This will be good. So all of them are like, you know, the vintage kind of what we know and love. Great for, that's the first thing that I thought of when I saw this paper pad collection, was to potentially use it for that specifically. This one here is pretty as well, orange. It's got the fox, which is my son's favorite pet. Hopefully I'm in frame. If I'm not, I do apologize. I'm sorry for shaking the camera. So here's all of these images. If you hear that, it's because the tape is still stuck on the sides, but I'm not ripping the pages. And this one, you know, just very muted tones, really pretty as well. This is like more of a yellow tone. You got the butterflies, oranges, you know, some lemonades, the sunshine, things like that. So more same kind of aesthetic. The little bees. Hello there. Look at that little banana. That's cute. So you can potentially use, you know, this whole thing, because I think the Kindle inserts are like 5 by 7. The measurements are very specific because I've cut a couple of them already, but based on, you know, some of the things that I've seen, you could potentially get a good 4 out of 1 sheet easily, because they were only 5 by 7. So you could potentially get one here, and maybe the smaller version you could possibly get, because the actual Kindle insert is smaller than 5 by 7. That's cool. And this would fit into the yellow thing as well. So plenty of ways to kind of look through and go through this paper pad, which will be cute. And here's the green kind of motif, collaged. So that's the only thing that I think that I would add, would be to add a laminate on top of it, just to give it a little bit of shine, a little bit of durability to it, because they're really nice. They're like the wallpaper texture, which is pretty, but cardstock version. So like, you know, it has like that embossing kind of feeling on it. It feels woven. That's the word that I'm looking for. And this is the blue one, which is pretty as well. I feel like, you know, there's so many people out there, shoppers, consumers, things like that. You really don't know everyone's style. So I like to have a flowing considerable amount of different types of styles. Not everything I'm gonna like, because if it was up to me, everything would be pink. Because why not? So this is more like the coquette bow kind of deal as well. And this, see, so I would actually add like the iridescent paper self-adhesive on top of this to make this iridescence and the color waves here pop. I know for the other crafters out there, I know you catching my vibe on this one. I know you are. So we're in this together. And as we kind of go through this last portion, just kind of get this out together. That's a heavy paper pad. And this one here, I've never seen this before, so hit me up in the comments below if you've ever actually seen this. This is called Mayberry Street Miniatures Shabby Chic Wallpaper Assortments. 21 pieces. It was $4.99 and it was not on sale. So this one I found because I was in like the wood section looking for, I wasn't looking for anything. I don't know what I was looking for. It doesn't matter. So instead of me getting 2 paper pads, I got 1 paper pad, and then I found this. Now this is purposely used for, I guess, people that actually craft in the small furniture section, like they build houses and they do like small furniture. So this is actually wallpaper for inside of those small houses. Yeah, well, we ain't using it for that because we're not doing that. So let's stop with the plastic. So let's just look at these really quick. We're gonna do some unveiling together. See how these work. Because this might be, you know, a better option for us crafters as opposed to some of these paper pads and things like that that we are hoarding. Wallpaper adhesive not included. So you can actually use them. Decorative use only, not a toy. Sir, don't tell us what to do with this stuff. Okay, so basically, I don't know if it's real. It's supposed to be used as, like, people actually put the wallpaper adhesive on the back of it. Either way, we're using it. And as I mentioned before, you see this kind of thing up here? You can still use all of this, even this one. You can cut these out, put a nice little backing on it, and use them for like little bookmarks. We got to use up all of this stuff, and that little bike might get it too. I like this brick background. All of these things can be used. I think that's the problem. I keep holding on to everything to have use for it. All right, so let's kind of go through these papers and then we'll get into the beads that I got. This one here is like a floral pattern on top of like a wood grain. That's really pretty. And you get 3 sheets of each, it looks like. So there's 3 sheets of that. That's really pretty. You can even use this as like a kind of a prop background setting. Who knows? Book covers, whatever you want to use them for. This one here, it's a little plain for my taste, but I'm sure it could be essential for someone else. Not everybody likes a lot of color like I do, so I have to be open-minded. So even with this one, like you see how it's just plain pinstripe kind of deal, I would kill this with some hot pinks and, you know, colors to make this lined pattern pop. Anything polka dot is absolutely necessary. So for this, it's not like a traditional pink, and it looks like it's like it has like a sunburn on it. So it's not like a pink and white. It has like some fading and things like that, as if it's been sitting in the sun. And that weathered look potentially is for this kind of shabby chic, because all of them are the same, as if the paper had been sitting out in the sun or it got wet or something like that. So that, I'm guessing that that's part of the design pattern. So that's more shabby chic kind of deal. It needs flowers and things like that. This one as well. So you can see this a little more in this kind of water stained kind of look here, or coffee stained kind of deal here. So you'll see it in a couple different areas. So I think this is upside down because the birds are facing the other way. So maybe let's turn the whole thing this way. Okay, so this definitely looks like a wallpaper pattern. But you know, anybody could do anything with it. Yeah. So that's that one. I like it even to use for my blind date with a book this upcoming season, because it does have like that brown craft paper tone. And I do have like some smaller books that could fit right here kind of deal. So we shall see. We shall see. And this one is another one like the brown one that we already saw. So same kind of thing. This one is polka dot, red and white polka dot, and some roses, things like that. So I could use this one for the strawberry shortcake project that I'm working on. Okay, so let's get into this last thing so we could kind of wrap this up. This is where I had the biggest problem. So disclaimer here, I've been watching these beaded pens and all these things because I keep, every quarter I would like to add something additional to my shop that is within the realm of my aesthetic, which is stationery items, notebooks, journals, bookmarks, all of these different things that fit into stationery, pens, pokey tools, all these different things. But I didn't really have the beads to do it. So I was like, you know what, let me just go to Hobby Lobby. I know that a lot of my people that I watch on YouTube, they always go to Hobby Lobby to get their beads. So it's okay. Y'all got me this time, because everyone's like, oh, run over to Hobby Lobby. The stuff is on sale. No, it's not. I don't know where they found all this stuff, because my stuff was not on sale. So, and I mean, I was looking at the receipt and I was looking at the guy that was ringing up the stuff, and I was like, sir, I didn't come here to spend all this money. I thought y'all had real sales in here. It doesn't matter. We already got it. So this I was going to use as a topper. These I'm going to use as toppers for either pens, pokey tools, things like that. A lot of people have this fascination with bees. Me, not so much, but they can be really cute when done nicely. So I got these. These I got out of the yarn section. I don't know what you're supposed to use these for. Point protectors. So I guess they're for needles. I don't know, but as crafters, when we see things, we get inspired by it. So we don't even care what it's supposed to be traditionally used for. We just want it for its beauty, and it's cute. So we got that one. Then I got this little number here. Anything with gnomes is cute. It's got a little mushroom. So this will be like a 4-piece, you know. So each one of these will be its own individual topper. And will be sold separately on either a pen, a pencil, something. Then I got, oh, these are stickers. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but they're clear. They're actually clear stickers. But I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them. But they were stinking cute. And I love pigs. So we're doing something with it. Stay tuned for that. This is actually what I use to do my, the miniature book, the actual books for the charms, the dangles. So I've recently been adding more book covers, and I'll show you a video of that coming soon. Now, these were $2.99. These, he did actually give me like 40% off of these. So we'll take it. But this is kind of what I use, because I just do like a 1-by-1 for each of the books, and then I wrap, because it's already tacky. I don't have to do too much with it, and then I just add the book cover around it, and I'll show you guys that when I start working on those. I'm not doing too many of those. For me, they haven't really been so popular, but I do like to have them for I would like to have this for crafting season this year. These I bought because I'm doing, you know, like the little air fresheners that hang up in the car and they look like pine trees. I have those to do sublimation on again this year, but I'm doing like some decorative elements after I do the sublimation. I'm going to do, and I love anything pastel pinks, this cotton color scheme. I believe in it. Everybody likes traditional. Well, a lot of people like traditional Christmas, but I'm not as traditional. I believe in pinks and, you know, soft tones and blues and things like that. I'm actually thinking about doing black and white this Christmas, but I don't know if I'll be able to stomach it for a long period of time. I was thinking about doing black and white vintage Disney Christmas. I have nothing in the 12 bins worth of stuff that I have. I have zero black and white anything, which means that I would have to start from scratch. So this might not be the year to be so adventurous, so stay tuned for that. This is, I don't know what this is, but look at his little face. And they got like a little frog in there too. So I don't know what this is for. I don't even know. I don't know what it's for. He don't even have a hole at the bottom. So I'm going to have to make a hole to add him to something. I don't know what these are for, but they were really cute. They was really cute, and they was also $3.49, not on sale. So I'm worried about what's cute. They got me on this one. I can tell you that right now. These was $3.99, and I could tell you they ring up for $3.99. I could tell you that. It ain't but 5 butterflies in here. Count your days, Hobby Lobby. Count your days. I got these to add on to when I do Christmas wrapping. These also were $3.99. They were not on sale. So I don't know who I need to talk to in the back, but they need to stop this mess. This is from last year's collections. Why y'all still charging $3.99 for this? This should be $1. But I like that they have the little holes at the top so I can add them easily with ribbon or string or something like that. I like to use like the baker's twine when I'm wrapping gifts and things like that sometimes. So these will be good to just hang off of there. They're frosted peppermint candy canes. Then I got these. These are used as well. So sometimes I'll do my tags and they are fold out kind of like cards. And then people can write, you know, little sentiments and things like that. And I'll just add this. Because I've done so much in the packaging itself, I kind of leave the card for the actual customer to be able to have their own kind of personality join in on the party. And as I mentioned, I believe in traditional but non-traditional stuff as well. So you'll see some of my non-traditional items coming out very soon. Okay, so I got these. I do have a lot of Disney-esque kind of things coming out this year. And these are just like some cabochons and things like that. They don't have any backings. So I'm using these just to add for embellishments. These are all Disney, glittered Disney kind of things here. Using that for that. So this is the section that got me. These are just like the pom-poms as well that I mentioned. And this I'm adding for shakers. This was on sale. It was $149, but it was on sale for like 40% off. So these little sprinkles. So I thought like the whole area said 40% off. So I'm over there with my brain calculator doing that for no reason because I picked this one up. I was like, oh, okay, so it's 40% off. It shouldn't be that bad. Plus I could use each one of these beads for something different, right? So score, yay me, yay nothing. Because when I get up to the counter and he's ringing all this stuff up, I'm like, sir, none of that stuff is on sale. He was like, oh, this brand right here, yeah, this not on sale. And I had already had it in my head what I'm going to do with these things. So I couldn't even put them back. Which means that I'm going to have to charge $100 for everything. Foolery. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So a lot of these are going to be used specifically. So all of this is coming apart. And I'm going to use all of these for different things. I love anything with bows on it. Pink or bows. This is stunning. It's stunning. The strawberries, I could use these spacer beads for other things, but these strawberries are so pretty. So these will probably be pokey tools, not probably, they will be pokey tools, toppers, and pen toppers. And these will go with my strawberry shortcake themed. This one I got for teacher Christmas gifts and end of year gifts. So like the other ones, I'll be separating all of these and just using them separately for different things. Pens and, you know, motifs and whatever. Those are really pretty. And I like them because they're double-sided. This one I thought was beautiful. Look at that. You have this outside while you're writing, minding your own business, and it starts glistening. Beautiful. It looks, you know what it reminds me of? The Nerds candy that have, I don't even know what it's called. Clusters, Nerds clusters. Because if I don't know anything else, I know crafting, I know cereal, and I know candy. And donuts, hello. So got that for this as well. None of these were on sale, none of them. I specifically got both of these together to do something for these. I like this brown one to go with the bear. So I'm probably going to do like some kind of color coding combination, something. And plus I can use these smaller spacer beads for other things as well. But this I got specifically to go with this. So this was $7.99 and this was $4.99. So I got those as a pair. Now, of all of the things that I got, you know, I am happy with my purchases. Not so happy with the prices, but I am happy with the purchases, and I know that I can flip them for a good return. But, you know, as crafters, as people that repurpose, you know, you want to know that you're spending the least amount of money to get a better return. And as long as it takes me to make things, you know, you kind of get, it is a little bit frustrating that, did I really need to buy all of this stuff? If I knew it wasn't going to be on sale, I probably wouldn't have. But I had good intentions going into the store, and this was the result of it. So I think I spent maybe like $100 or so at Hobby Lobby. So that was my largest price, because I got this plus the paper pad plus the, you know, the little wallpaper numbers, things like that. But for every other store, it was literally less than 20 bucks. So I kind of balanced it out a little bit. And I don't do these shopping hauls too often. I know some people do the shopping hauls and it's like an hour long. It's like so much stuff. And I'm like, who's got all of that shopping money? I don't know. So this is what I've got. I'm really happy with these items. So stay tuned for more videos. I will be posting a couple things here and there so you can actually start to see these things in motion, especially as the holidays start to roll around. This is prime crafting season for the holidays. So between August and November, don't look for me. Don't come for me. Don't look for me. Don't show up at the house. I'm busy. I am busy. So to the 20 subscribers that I got right now, hopefully you guys will take some of these kinds of little things into consideration as you're out and doing your shopping. Make sure you check first before you have, like, you know, budget yourself and things like that. I spent the money, maybe you won't have to. So, you know, happy crafting, guys. Take care.